Tony be live and direct from the Oakwood Recreation Center for the meeting on the new ordinance. There's a new ordinance that they're trying to pass that will ban all jewelry, which I don't mind, the commercial stuff from downtown, but now they're trying to ban all of the handmade jewelry too. So I'm here to find out exactly what's going on. Right in front of me is somebody who's in my book, Life's a Beach, Raina.
So I was on the committee and we said, they're saying they should do what they do in Santa Monica. They got Texas. And they keep saying money.
There's no honor about facility.
Hi, Bo.
I
Good to see you. Peace.
That's one thing that needs to be done.
That's what's up, y'all. I'm live and direct from the meeting. So we're trying to figure this ordinance thing out.
Well, yeah, I think it was obvious, though not stated, that the committee would be in favor of the motion if the amendments were adopted. But I think we ought to make that explicit.
Give me some wording, I can type it in.
But behind that is a more fundamental question as to, did the committee, as a committee, take a view that the city attorney's office indicates that it appears to be saying tonight that they will not accept many, if not most, of those changes. I think they did say that. They said they would not accept. They would not accept because of case law the substantive changes, most of the substantive changes that were recommended. They agreed.
That's not what they're saying. To be very clear, this body, as I understand it, is an advisory body. So whatever action you take, ultimately, if you all decide that you're going to submit this red line version of the ordinance, we will take it back to the committee. They will take it under consideration. We can't make any representation as to what's going to happen thereafter, but we can only represent that whatever you all decide, we will take it back to the committee for consideration.
Thank you. I want to ask Arturo a question.
Wait a minute. I just respectfully disagree. The major points were jewelry. We can't do that. The major point was personal. We can't do that. I'm sorry. The major substantive changes suggested by the committee, you two have both said we cannot do because of case law. The other changes are all cosmetic. Whether you call it designated spaces or spaces is not, to my mind, a significant change. But determining whether it's restricted to persons and or your expanded definition of persons is a substantive change, and you said we can't do that. Whether or not the other things that you said we cannot do because of case law or settlements, that may all be true, but those are the major changes in the draft. The others, to my mind, are insignificant.
All of them are for.
I would like.
So I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying don't go back and say that's not what you said. That's exactly what you said.
I addressed nominal utility and I addressed the definition of person. Both definition of person has been decided. It would be illegal to take out those other groups. And that's what I'm just telling you on that particular item. Don't expect a change there. Don't expect a change to the definition of nominal utility because the Ninth Circuit has ruled on that particular definition. That's what I'm telling you. With everything else, as you've heard, you're an advisory committee. We will take your recommendations back to the council-appointed committee. They will look at them.
And at this point, I would like to call up Arturo or Norm to just comment on how seriously the council office is going to take our recommendation. Before we, no hot spot or anything, Arturo.
Good evening, Council Member Bill Rosenthal. Just like on every issue, our neighborhood councils have come a long way, and they can submit their recommendations for the record. They can be submitted to council file. As Ms. Primsey reiterated, and I will reiterate, again, those recommendations are taken to all city council committees, whether it's a planning issue or transportation issue, you name it. And our council members thoroughly debate and question our city attorney representatives during those committees as to can it be done, can't it be done. If they cannot provide an answer at that time, we ask for a report back. But yes, those recommendations and all recommendations are taken seriously by the city council.
Thank you very much. Okay, board, I think we're ready to go. Okay, Yvonne. Okay.
Hello. I have a few questions. And first of all, I feel that it's been really unfair for this to be thrown at us. First of all, we didn't get much time to really review this. I think it's unfair. I know that you're giggling, but it's really unfair that you throw this at us and say, okay, well, if we don't pass this, then if you don't hear from the VNC, then we're just going to go ahead and we're going to go forward with this, with what we already have. That was the interpretation that I got, okay? So I have a big problem with that. For us to try to come up with something that makes any sense and for it to be vetted with the community. Now, I know there have been some working groups. I've been invited to them. Now, my understanding was that the city council office was going to have these meetings where the public was going to be able to comment on all of this that we're doing, rather than have it put on our shoulders, okay? Number one, it's in the middle of summer, so this was very disruptive to my summer. And I understand that this is an issue that's been going on for a long time, with all the lawsuits that have been pointed out, none of which I am a part of. I don't sell at the boardwalk. I don't have any special interest there other than I'm a community member. Now, I'd like to ask, with all that's been going on, has there been independent counsel that have they, because of all the stuff that's gone on, we've had so many different lawsuits, it would make sense that we have some kind of independent counsel. To me, okay, maybe I'm out of touch by saying that. The other thing is, has the community really participated in the process? And I'm talking not only, and I want you all to know that I have friends on both sides of this issue. I have friends that are artists, and I have friends that are in every single sense of what's going on here. So I would like to see us work together, and to me it seems like anything that we do in a rush, it just doesn't seem to work, because clearly we don't really understand everything. This is city attorneys, and if we're getting sued all the time. And the reason I say this is because I would hate to see the city get sued. Then I would feel responsible that we set ourselves up, the city up, to get sued again. That's my only point here. And the other thing is that I'm very concerned about the vagueness of the power that would be given to Parks and Rec, and the how do we know that there's not going to be commercial vending out there or commercial advertisement. I just feel that there's a lot of vagueness, and there's a lot of things. We did our best, and and I'm not really comfortable with this at this point. I'm really sorry to say that. And we've heard the community, we've heard people, but I just don't feel comfortable. I'm really sorry to say that.
Thank you, Yvonne. I would just like to, we have a motion on the floor. We've been told we have to vacate the room shortly. So I just have a curious show of hands of the people in the audience who have participated in meetings about this subject before tonight. Raise your hand if you've been to any meetings and been part of the process at all.
Years ago.
Well, just this time. Okay. Well, Oceanfront Walk committee members too. You've been a part of it, right? Okay. Raise your hand if you've been on a committee or had a meeting with the council office or whomever's had meetings. Okay, that's more than half, I would say. Okay, back to the motion. Ira, I'm going to ask if for anybody, we have a motion on the floor. Are there any board members that are opposed to the motion? Raise your hand.
Point of order.
Yes.
Has it been amended?
Oh, Ira, you've incorporated.
Has it been a friendly amendment? If so, what was that amendment?
Ira, would you like to say if you accept this friendly amendment?
I would accept the friendly amendment if someone would word it I would put it in. I said that before. I made a suggestion.
Once again, nothing got done. I'm out. Tony B. Life's a Beach, and then you die. Peace.